What are invasive species? When we talk about invasive species, we're referring to animals that are native to a specific location. This means they are species that were introduced and spread on a location. They usually are spread by human activities, often unintentionally. People and the objects may travel around the world very often, and they generally carry different species with them. Things like shapes, wood products, ornamental plants, and pet traits contribute to this. Invasive species are also called non-native, and they can be either plants or animals. This phenomenon can cause damage to human health, habitats, and different regions, and even human economy. They may screw up things by dominating wilderness areas, a habitat in a specific or wild urban land from lesser predators or herbivores nature, pushing many of our native plants and animals to the brink of extinction. While species attempt to survive, when this kind of species appear, they have different or peculiar combinations of traits that let them break these issues with native species. In other cases, species interact between them in a directly way. Common invasive species traits include 1. Fast growth, 2. Rapid reproduction, 3. Good dispersal ability, 4. The ability to modify growth to suit into current conditions. 5. They adapt to a wide range of environmental conditions. 6. Ability to live with a wide range of food types. 7. Association with human. And 8. Future successful invasions. How to prevent an invasive species? There are ways to stop or prevent invasive species. Well, you might think that we need to be prevented. With our technology, we can create monitoring system for detecting new infestation, create an effective mechanism to prevent their introduction to the biome. Obviously, the best way to prevent, like I said before, you must be careful for the invasive species to stop introducing and spread into the biome by is to clean your outdoor recreation gear and do not release an unwanted pet or fish into the wild. And if the problem starts, you need to protect animals and plants. With this, we refer to act immediately to eradicate them before the problem gets worse.
At least 7 fish species had invaded La Selva Lacandona on its rivers on the protected areas. This includes the herbivore carp. The main effects from these invasive species are 1. The species occupy ecological niche of native animals and compete directly for food. 2. They consume the eggs of larvae and of native fishes. 3. They transmit diseases and parasites. 4. There are no sediment suspension in water column. Just like these exotic species, the African bees came back to this area and they affect the last species on the red macaw. The bees destroy and invade the nests. A recent study in Guatemala showed that 40% of nesting were failed by African bees. There is already a discussion between work distributors to make conditions better. A lot of these activities could be possible only with formal programs in federal level could complement. 1. Promote a detailed knowledge of what Mexico already is informed about this species. 2. Distribute this knowledge all around the specific regions affected. 3. Make a general list of prohibited species and accepted in different restriction levels and based in a risk analysis that include different species that could affect them. 4. Promote someone in the government or someone that could be on charge to prevent the non-native species to introduce and spread within ecosystems. Example of a food web. As you can see in this food web, here we have 3 third-level consumers, like it's the fox, owl, and snake. The 4 second-level consumers, mouse, frog, rabbit, squirrel. The 1 first-level consumer, cricket, and 2 primary producers that are the plants. Every single species in this food web is important because if one of them gets extinct, others will get too and other species may increase.